Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. My name is Drew and this is my channel Just Drew, where we talk about reinvention and renewal of one's life as they go through it. And today I want to go into revelations I've come across as I hit my 40s. I've been 40 for a couple of years now, so I'm now 42, and there are many things that I look at my past and I'm like, I will not tolerate some of those things anymore. And in terms of the choices I make, it's much different at the age I'm in now. So let's talk about it. One of the things I'd like to talk about is the quality of decisions that I make. And I'm at a point where now I focus on the quality and not the quantity in terms of the decisions I make. It could be friendships, it could be relationships, it could be something as simple as food. And one would think that this doesn't matter, but sometimes when you look back at your life, you realize that if you hadn't focused on the quantity of experiences and the quantity of the things you want, you'd have been a much better place and a more positive place than where you are now. These days, I take my time when making decisions. I don't allow anybody to hurry me or to rush me or to pressure me. And I think that's very important given the type of personality that I have, and because I like analyzing things and looking for pros and cons before making decisions. And for this, because of this, it has led me to make better quality decisions in my life. If I don't feel like doing anything that is in line with the quality of life experiences that I want, I will not do it, and nobody will pressure me to do it. And that is one of the things that I believe is very important as we age in life. Another thing which could go hand in hand with the quality of decisions is that also, in order to have a good decision, a good quality decision in one's life, one has to start appreciating simplicity, or I'll say I have started to appreciate simplicity. It could be deciding different food, different experiences, how complicated something is, the length of time. And I really like simple and straightforward things. Life, of course, is not straightforward, and life is anything but, simple. It is simple, and in the same sense, it is not simple. I don't know if you understand me, but it isn't. But I really appreciate simplicity in decisions, simplicity in choices, and simplicity in the overall life experience that I want to have going forward. And that for me is just priceless. These complicated situations where you're doing cartwheels just to make something happen, that I'm just not doing that anymore, and I really like that for myself. As I mentioned in the last video, resilience is a tool that one needs to reinvent their life, and for sure resilience was going to make this list, because without resilience you won't be able to overcome challenges in life. And challenges come from everywhere and anywhere when you least expect it. And life is about going through those challenges, overcoming those challenges, and learning the lesson that you were meant to learn along the way. And you have to have resilience in that. It could be a personal challenge, a challenge with a friend, relationships that you may have, but without resilience and just pushing it through, like realizing that you can go another day and the situation will be figured out. There's some situations that have lasted over 20 years, and I'm still at it, knowing that one day this thing will be fixed. And it's just something that you have to figure out in life, and you just push through and enjoy the journey. And of course, while you're enjoying your journey, you have to have gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. I'll say it one more time. Gratitude. Without gratitude, you don't realize or appreciate how life may be sailing smoothly for you. I mean, all you have to do is look at the news, look at all the wars and the famine and the hunger and the suffering that's currently in this world, and if you're not going through those situations, first you have to say thank you. Thank you to whoever you believe in. I know many people believe in different things, but just be grateful in general, because as the challenges come and go, they'll lessen at some point, and at that point you're grateful. And even during the challenge, one of the things that I've realized during challenges is that you have to be grateful, and just grateful for everything you've been through, knowing that at the end of this, it's highly likely you'll become a better person. So be grateful. It's important. In addition to being grateful, another important thing that I have come across or realized during my 40s is that mental health is extremely important. It's very liberating to see that so many people are focusing on mental health these days. When I was younger, nobody focused on this. I can tell you for sure, in my 20s, my friends and I, we were going through a lot of stuff. My father died when I was 16. My mother died when I was 21. I had no help. You just figure it out. So when I see people offering mental health assistance and all these things, I can't help but marvel at what's happening in the world. And with this, I'm grateful to still be in good mental health. I hope people think I'm in good mental health anyway, the people that I associate with. But anyway, I'm just kidding. I think I'm very strong mentally. And for the people going through the challenges with depression, depressive episodes, I just ask that you seek help where you can find it. Don't go through things alone. Just because I went through my mental health challenges alone, or the challenges I was facing alone, doesn't mean that people need to do the same now just because it happened to me, because that's a ridiculous way to look at life. But as now, I am happy for my mental health, my peace, and I couldn't be more grateful and appreciative of that. And as I go on through life, I realize mental situations that affect my mental health, it's not worth me being there. Job situations and all these negativity that one can find themselves in, be it family, friends, even it could be the news, because there's a lot of things going on in the news, but that doesn't mean I have to consume everything that I see or everything that's being posted. I am aware of the situations that are in the world, but I also have to be aware that I have my life and I have my family, and I'm grateful for them, and we are just working towards a better world, because you have to do what is in your ability to do. And to that end, I'm thankful for my mental health, and may others find the way forward towards gaining mental health resources that could help them through life, because you'll need it as you get older. And other thing that I have realized in my 40s is that I do not need anybody's permission to do anything. For those who realize it when you're 30, 20, heck, as a teenager or whatever, good for you. But for some of us, we were like always looking for assurance and confirmation and all these things. I can bet you, if I was trying to start this channel in my 20s or 30s, I would have been asking everybody for their opinion, everybody and their mother. Never mind they have a YouTube channel, or if they don't have a YouTube channel, but it would be me there asking, what do you think if I start a YouTube channel? Do you think it will go well? Now that I look back, I think that's ridiculous. Right now, where I am in my life, I make a decision and I walk through it, and I will come to the conclusion when I get to the conclusion, and I enjoy the journey. And all I need is belief in myself. I don't need anybody to tell me, yes, that's a good idea. No, that's a good idea. Maybe later. It's me to decide all those things, ultimately. If it's a life-changing decision that will affect my family, or affect my friends, or affect the status quo of everything that's going on around me, sure, I will ask for suggestions and opinions, but otherwise, I know it is me through this life. It's my life. It's not our life. It's mine. And I have other people participating in it, that we're walking through life together. And otherwise, I'm free from validation from anybody's opinion or thoughts in how I lead my life and how I make decisions going forward. And it's fantastic. This is what I wish people could have in their 20s, because I think we'd accomplish so much, but we're still growing when we're then. Anyway, 20 years later, you'll get to this, and it is fantastic. And that being said, even though I am free to do what I like and I do not need to be validated, I also have flexibility in my life. I'm not rigid, I'm not a stone, because I look at situations and make decisions based on factors as they change. And I think that's something we also need to do, because there's some people who are just so rigid and so inflexible. It's like, be serious. The world is not rigid. The world is not stuck at a particular point all the time. You have to just, as situations come, as things develop, you take all the information that you get and then you adjust accordingly. It's kind of like driving. When you're driving a car, you do not just aimlessly go straight knowing that is my destination, so I must go straight. That's dumb. You have to follow your map and gradually adjust when situations come about, if a road is blocked, all these things. And life is just like that. So we have to be flexible, adaptable, and make do as life rolls on. And one other thing that I'm doing now in my 40s is that I am celebrating every achievement that I gain in my life. Before, in my younger years, as an extremely nonchalant person, I think I know where that came from, and that's a YouTube video for another day. But I was very nonchalant, and I would be like, you know what, I'm not into celebrations, I'm not into this and that. But now I'm into it, and I will celebrate it as I see fit. I could celebrate by maybe buying myself something. I could have an ice cream. I could go for a party, enjoy myself with my family, but I will celebrate everything I achieve and other people close to me achieve. Because when I was younger, I remember for my MBA, when I graduated, I didn't attend graduation. I didn't even tell anybody except my close family. And my sister, one of my sisters, thought I was crazy. In retrospect, maybe I was, I don't know. But it was just a level of not caring that was fascinating now that I think back. But going forward, I'm going to be celebrating in any way that I wish. And it's fun because you look back and you think back at whatever celebration you've gone through, tiny or big, and you're like, it makes for good memories. Don't be nonchalant about life. Be excited about life. Life is an exciting thing. So do life. One other thing I'm going through as I go through my 40s, another thing that I really exploring deeper and in a different way is my spiritual journey. I was raised a Christian. My father was Anglican, my mother was evangelical. That made for interesting experiences growing up. But as I've gone through life, I have come across different religions and philosophies. And right now, I still am a spiritual person. I still walk and talk with God, and He's a friend of mine. And that's what I believe, and I'm happy with. If you don't, that's also good for you. But as I'm walking deeper and deeper into things, I really enjoy also looking and reading other religions and other spiritual philosophies, because they have something to offer. I can't the back and forth with Christianity on a personal level. It's interesting for me. Sometimes I think I offend people. I don't mean to, but I just do. But I am enjoying exploring other teachings, because there are many things in many of the world religions that are similar and hold water, whatever you or whoever you believe in this life. Kindness, helping, compassion, empathy. It doesn't matter what religion you are, but all those are things that you need to embrace in life. And if I read it in another spiritual book and I adopt it and into my life in a different way, I don't think that's a bad thing. It can't be. So embracing spirituality is also something that I'm looking into my 40s, and I'm enjoying it, and I can't wait to see where it takes me, and it will be fun. One more thing that I have realized in my 40s is that I've come to appreciate relationships a whole lot more. When I was younger, I would be the first person to cut off anybody I felt was toxic or negative or anti whatever I was feeling at the time. Now that I've grown up, I've realized that, you know, people could have been going through things, and when you get together, you just explode. But that doesn't mean it's necessary for a friendship to be cut off or for bonds to be broken, because coming to have bonds in this world is, as in a world where people are more and more by themselves, is very difficult. So right now I appreciate all my relationships, and even though I don't talk to friends regularly, or I don't see them regularly or hear from them regularly in return, I don't hold it against them, and I pray to God they don't hold it against me. And just that we all realize that we're going through life and there's a lot happening, and we're all navigating it in the best way we know how, but that the relationships with friends from university, from primary, from wherever you meet your friends, it doesn't have to be in an educational institution, but wherever your friendships develop, and if you can keep ties with them, just nurture them and hold them close to you. If for whatever reason they fall apart, that is also part of the process. You can mourn your friendships, mourn your relationships, and then you see what will happen in future. Maybe you can reconnect, maybe not. Maybe they were there for a period, a lesson. Some people are not supposed to be in your lives your entire life, and that's fine. But for the few that you have, hold them close and appreciate them, and just do your best within your circumstances. I try to, and I hope all my friends realize that. And for my friends, if you ever come across this video, I hope you realize that. And lastly, at least for now, one other thing that I've come to realize in my 40s is that my definition of success has had to expand and is forever expanding. Of course, when I was younger and I was broke and a student without money and just worried about the future, my definition of success was money. That's all I thought about. That was it. But as I've grown, money comes and goes. That's what I've realized. It comes and it goes. And how you manage your money, your financial awareness, and things like that, those are things you develop across time, and they're all tied into your financial success. And that's one thing. But my broke 20-year-old self wouldn't have understood that if somebody told it to me. But now I realize success is not only financial success, it's also comfortable relationships. It's also a comfortable life that you're leading according to you, whatever comfortable may be. It's also a comfortable relationship with whatever spiritual path you're walking. And there are so many factors that come into success that looking at it only from the financial perspective is crazy to me at this point, because you could be seated with piles of money and just deeply unhappy. And I know there are many people who are always making memes and jokes about it, that give me the money, I'll sit unhappy and I'll figure the rest out. But on a serious note, financial success is not the only success that exists. life is all rounded. And when you try and work all aspects of your life and define successful factors in every aspect of your life, then you'll realize there's more work to be done in other areas. And you can be okay financially, and you're like, okay, I need to also work on this, and you have to do that to have a satisfactory life. There could be your health. Without good health and having a successful health, what would money do for you? Of course, money is able to provide for resources that could pay for medicinal care, but also having a healthy health life, I guess, is important. So just looking through your life in an all-rounded way and coming up with what success looks for you in an all-rounded way without focusing only on money and finances is very, very important. And that's definitely a path that I'm on now. Yes, I work to gain a living, but I'm also doing and looking into other aspects of my life, knowing that without them being worked on, I'll never be happy with whatever amount of money I make. It's an all-rounded thing. You can't just cut off some parts and be 100%, and on others you're on 0 and you think you're going to be happy, because you are not. And that's how I look at life. And yeah, focus on all-rounded success, not only the finances. And that's all I have today about my revelations towards life in my 40s. If you have anything to share, any different revelation I've not mentioned, please feel free to do so. Share it in the comments. It's always good to learn and to expound on what you already know. And I'll be glad to have a back and forth with everybody in the comments to see what they say about it. Click to subscribe my channel, and thank you for watching, and hope to see you again